Hi folks, John Mark here with Catalyst Connect. I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce you to our firm and let you know how we partner with our clients. We're a group of about 16 now based in Tucson, Arizona. I founded the firm about 7 years ago, and we have our roots in web development and digital marketing. Throughout the years, we've got into full-blown web app development, mobile app development, API integrations, of course, a lot of Zoho implementation work, platform development work with Zoho, and extensions. So the team today is really comprised of two sides. We have Gerardo Lona, our head of Zoho development, who oversees all Zoho operations, and Emmanuel Shoimaru, who oversees all web development. Our two account directors, Jenna and Marina, take point on either new implementations or existing implementations and new features. And us as the core team then coordinate with our developers to actually get the technical build of your work done. As I mentioned, we have these two sides to our business, the web development and the Zoho side. You can see here a few of the ecosystems that we work in, and there are many more that we have worked in, but this is the core tech stack that we are very comfortable with. Uh, at the end of the day, we position ourselves as a full technology partner. So we're here to help you put together a full tech strategy across all platforms, help you get the most out of Zoho One, and where we need to perform the integrations to third-party softwares or create custom web apps as well. There are a few different ways that we generally work with clients. On the simple side, if you have the resources and the will to do the implementation with Zoho yourselves, you can purchase a best practice guide from us. We also do ad hoc trainings and working sessions with clients. We have, over the years, developed a few vertical solutions that are customized versions of Zoho CRM for a particular industry solution. And then, of course, we do a lot of custom implementations as well. On the guide side, generally our guides are about $1,500. They can vary depending on exactly which products you'd like that best practice guide to review. They generally come with access to our client portal, an implementation template and framework for how to use Zoho for that particular industry, how-to videos, a best practice guide for change management as well as user provisioning in Zoho, and then of course access to our support team if you ever needed ongoing development support with custom functions or API integrations. On the ad hoc working sessions, generally the way that this works is through a retainer, and we just bill at a flat rate of $100 an hour for any kind of trainings, functionality build out. Generally, these sessions tend to focus on the out-of-the-box features and functionality with Zoho and helping you get the most out of those for your process. If we get into custom workflows or development, we need to go through the custom implementation process. As I mentioned, we have a few different vertical solutions. We've done numerous implementations across solar, professional services, stationery, healthcare, fundraising, travel, and real estate. So we have some great systems that you can plug into with extensive development in them that have been customized for these industries. And this is a more efficient way to get a lot of robust functionality without having to go through the full custom setup. The majority of the implementations we actually do are on the custom side, and generally we take a very systematic approach to doing a custom implementation in Zoho. This really begins with stakeholder interviews in determining who's going to be using the system, how they're going to be using it, if we're going to be integrating with any third-party software. And from the initial interviews, we then put together a workflow narrative along with an ER diagram to show you how your business workflows are going to map to the CRM. And that becomes the basis then for the implementation plan, which is our actual scope of work for customizing Zoho to meet your unique workflows. At that point, we go into a development block that incorporates user testing and refinement of workflows or mitigation of any bugs. And then we put together the training videos based on that approved workflow. And then finally, go live and data migration. So at the end of the day, when it comes to the custom implementations, we have a variable timeline based on the extent of that setup. Most of the implementations that we do take about 45 days from the time that we start working with clients to go live. We break it up into these 5 main blocks of that initial discovery and project plan, doing the baseline setup of the modules and fields in the system, then going through and automating what we can using workflow rules, custom functions, webhooks, and API calls. We'll then go into the user training, feedback, and then finally our migration and go live. All of our rates are based on a variable rate structure. So our rates as of today are reflected here, which starts with the consulting. Whenever we do an initial custom implementation, we will do the system architecture and project plan at the consulting rate. It's generally done on an hourly basis. Based on that initial project plan, we can then have a defined scope of work where we will schedule out all of the deliverables, which will fall under one of these 5 buckets over here. And that will become the basis for our fixed bid quote for actually executing the build out of your CRM. So General really covers all of the basic drag and drop functionality that we'll be doing in the CRM. We have designers on staff, so any kind of design work that we need for email templates or websites can go under this rate. Configuration will cover most of the work in the CRM. That comes to configuring email templates, workflow rules, reports. Front-end development covers your HTML, CSS, and custom functions within Zoho. And then back-end development is server configurations and API work. We are very accustomed to working with folks across numerous industries, from healthcare to real estate to construction, professional services. We've done hundreds of implementations over the years and have experience across practically every industry. That being said, we've also worked with small independent consultants all the way up to multiple billion-dollar companies. And throughout our experience in working with this broad range of clients, we've adopted some very thorough security protocols and best practices to ensure that we are keeping your data safe and imparting best practice not only here at our firm, but helping you adopt best practice from a security and IT standpoint in your systems as well. I really look forward to following up with you and partnering with you as your Zoho partner. Please feel free to get in touch with us if you have any questions. Thanks a lot.